just tell her it's one now. How come? I need rest, no recess in my schedule. Right. Mama used to serve vegetables, now half the meals got tentacles. Right. Half the Emirates need a reservation and half my money goes straight to taxes. But I don't trip about it, that's what happens when you got dreams closer than a match. And plus all your boys got expensive habits. Go. I know what they're thinking, they don't even gotta say it. Nope. They thinking they just made it. I know how to make everybody feel famous. I don't gotta work no day shift.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cleveland Browns. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go. '53's the mic. 53 is the mic. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Mayfield looks to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
That's good for a Browns first down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Guys, it's game situation. Hurry. Switch.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week. And
now Mayfield lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
180!
Mayfield now from the 50. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now a give right side. It's Hunt. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches.
Hey, alert! Let's make these babies cry all the way.
Mayfield to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Check. Hey! 25. Check 25.
On the run, this is Hunt. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Wide open receiver complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On play action, Wentz. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Myles Garrett able to record his 5th sack of the season. This is a nice little stretch he's putting together. Remember, 3 sacks last week.
And now he's off to the races in this game because he thinks, okay, that's the start of something big because he's in a zone. He's locked in. So offensively, you've got to occupy him. Maybe even run the ball at him as opposed to passing it so he can't just pin his ears back and rush the quarterback.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Wentz. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. He's at the 40. Past the 20. 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for Browns TD. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well. And they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. From the 25 on second down. Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
Here we go. Waiting. I'm here all day.
Now Wentz on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
The Browns take over first and 10 at the 46-yard line.
180. 53. Man, I got you. Man, I got you. I got you.
Following the interception, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
I'm laughing to myself because I could just hear in film session. But, Coach, I was throwing to Odell Beckham Jr. Of course I thought he was open.
They'd love to go deep downfield to him, though. Such a threat.
Yeah, a rare incompletion because most of the time we expect him to actually come up with the catch.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Run coverage excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Landry, the intended target. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but there, first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
They'll run on first down. Mullins. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now a give, right side. It's Mullins. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with 4th down and 1. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he's short of the line to gain. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration. He decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
47 is the mic. 47 is the mic. King. Go. Kill.
Hey, seam 6. Regular.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
180! Pistol.
Watch the screen. 47 is the mic, boy. 47. Check. 47.
Real. We ain't beginning to turn you up.
First down, Mayfield. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Hunt. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run-blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
53 is mine. Strip the ball.
2nd and 10. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Point it right.
Check.
Hey, Delta.
From the gun, Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Wentz now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Mullins. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. Nice pickup for a first down.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On second down now, it's Mullins. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down.
Here we go. 120!
Left guard defense. Left guard defense. Here we go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Going to throw right side here, complete. Powers through again. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. So with a big gainer anyways, he'll go ahead and take that instead of the pass interference call.
They didn't need the penalty. It would have been different, right, if they had somehow lost some yardage somewhere, but they did not. Gained all they could, down to the spot of the foul. Nothing to be gained by taking the penalty.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On first down, Mullins. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
On second down, it's Mullins. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
That was a nice run, nice gain there as they head towards the 2-minute warning.
And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Well, the crowd doesn't like that. Was going to bring up 4th. Now it's 1st.
They don't like it at all, do they? It brings them back into it, but really not in a positive way. Now they're angry. That can jangle a team a little bit as well. Pass interference ruined that series of downs for them.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 at the 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Sheldon Richardson busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
It's 3rd down. 3rd and long.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. He can run for it, and he will. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you've got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Push him back. Push him back.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, let's go.
To throw, Mayfield.
Let's go.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Mayfield now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
180. Alert, 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 alert.
I got you, boy. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53.
Mayfield on first down. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
Run, run, run.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike.
Alert, 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 alert.
Every day.
Go, go.
Mayfield now. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 14.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will. I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Wentz going to throw. And he connects with Ertz. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mack Wilson in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Wentz to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. So they get a traffic there, and that's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch the screen. 82, 40. 50, Max 50. Hey, Alpha.
Wentz. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. 10 yards there and an Eagle first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Let's phrase this delicately, okay? Might have had a better option instead of throwing the football into double coverage.
He was blanketed. I was surprised that he went his direction.
Yeah, should have thought maybe about the check down. Take the completion, keep moving.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch, a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Throwing is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. An Eagle first down. Wentz to Ertz. Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Showed off the juke, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 6-yard line.
180! Come on, D!
On second and a couple. Wentz under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Andrew Billings in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon.
Here we go, back man. 180! 50 to Mike, 50 to Mike. Good done.
On third down, Mullins. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
A 25-yard attempt.
And Elliott puts this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to.
It's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, we talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
The job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. To throw is Wentz. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. To throw, it's Wentz. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They run again with Hunt. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day.
They'll run on 1st down. Hunt. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Austin Hooper, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. They had the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get into the end zone as well.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
You're not ready.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Everyone got 4 down.
Throwing now is Wentz. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
The Eagles on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Back near his goal line. Here's Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Jatavis Brown there on the tackle.
Jatavis Brown on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch the run, watch the run. Mike, 53.
Now Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Fletcher Cox able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
3rd and long for Mayfield. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's 4th down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
53.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And it is incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Here we go, here we go. 120! Check pass.
Now flags come in here. Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now a give right side. It's Mullins. Now the ball comes loose. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
On second down now, it's Mullins, and he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Down to about the 22 here. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. On play action, Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. And now this defense trying to use the clock to their advantage. They'll take the timeout here with 2:08 left. And then they'll have another stop coming up at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Let's get off the field, D.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On first down, Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Running right, here's Sanders. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Wentz now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Zach Ertz, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles get a score closer. Elliott good with a PAT. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The The Cleveland offense ready to go. And checking the timeouts. They do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It'd be hard to say that a defense wouldn't be ready for a first down run. And when you can gain that kind of yardage against a defense that's really kind of geared to stop that play, your confidence has to rise. And now you've actually opened up your playbook. If you want to throw the ball now for play action, you're good to go.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let